Hey guys, I'm back. Egypt playthrough, Millennium Dawn. Go to custom game rules and turn God of War mode on. Advanced templates and some cheats for the AI. Division limiter I'm going to turn off, so there's more divisions on the field for everyone. I do start out with like slums and a 38% debuff to my research speed, and adding difficulty in this game is really just going to slow down my snowball, which is it's a challenge, but it's just going to create more time. It's not going to really hamper the game itself, so we'll leave that on regular. For other countries, it makes sense because they're too overpowered, but for Egypt, definitely not. Okay, start out by going through the changing the song first. This is overwhelming. I do like the Millennium Dawn music, just not that theme song that much. Good song. Okay, focus wise, we're going to start with Egyptian divide. We must decide our policy on Coptic people in the new millennium. 100 political power. And so our national ideas and decisions, we have the slums, which is a broken economy, 40% tax cost factor, huge debuffs to everything else. The corruption's a big one because you can't get down on your population tax rate debuff and your productivity. And if you're below 1,000 productivity, you don't gain the base GDP. So say if I have $50 billion for my base GDP, 500 productivity, I'm only getting $25 billion of that GDP, not 50 billion. So that's a huge debuff there. So yeah, I got the slums. I want to reduce the slums in Cairo. I'll get to that later. We'll go through this real quick. In case you're new at Egypt, you want to play Egypt and you're overwhelmed with what's going on and your huge deficits and stuff. This is a video you can watch to try to help you out a little bit. The Christians here, their opinion and their political influence, the popularity of them. If you go up in your opinion and your influence, it'll give you stability, but it'll increase your Western outlook gain. To lower it, I think it just gives you Salafist indoctrination cost minus to that. And lowers your stability. Egyptian military, because they're in a coalition and they're important, and you want to get rid of their the corruption in the military eventually. That's a thing. Not worried about that though, unless you really mess up on your economy. This doesn't really pertain. The Arab unification, you need to be specific parties, which I'm not going to do. So I'm not going to do that. The literacy rates, this is just your research speed, so you want to get that up, which I will do pretty soon once I get my welfare down to minimal. The ag system, this is kind of important, not really at all actually, but the annual harvest gain, you can get that up by increasing your cash crops, because the field allocation is only 11% for your cash crops, but the price is more, so you can mess around with that when you have more PP, extra PP laying around eventually. I do want to allow foreign nationals eventually, just because the recruitable population factor is 5%, which is a pretty big one. The raised business owner wages, there's no downside here, which there should be, but it just increases the opinion to give you a bunch of bonuses here. That's 100 PP. Political decisions, this is just standard. There will be a pop-up when you get the Tanzim up to a certain amount. You can increase that up for a civil war, which I will do. But I'll roleplay it the best I can. Influence, I'm not worried about that. The Islamism and secularism. This is just the conservatism of the Islamists. If you have the liberal society, it'll give you stability bonuses, but it'll take away from your Salafists, and it'll increase the support of the Westerns. So I'm going to ban Al Jazeera just because it gives me 0.02 non-aligned support daily, which is a lot. And if your ruling party's in power, popularity goes up, the more stability you have. Gulf Cooperation Council, I tried to mess around with this. It wouldn't work really. I think it's bugged a little bit, or I'm doing something wrong. I've got it up to like 99% unity, and did all the focuses I could, but there's like 220 plus people in it. I couldn't figure it out, so fortunately, I'm not going to do that, which sucks. I'm not going to go Western the whole game anyways. Like 2012 or 2013, I'm going to switch over to the Salafists and take out Israel eventually. But first, I need gold. I need all these resources, which I have none of, besides a little bit of steel and some oil. I'll get more oil eventually. All right, I'm going to go self-propelled artillery. I get this artillery support in line bonuses. Downside is I'm going to be slow, because I'm going to use infantry and special forces and the infantry, the Marines, and special operations, some spec ops, but just one battalion, just because I get the bonus for my org here, but I don't get that on my special forces. But I get another bonus for my spec ops somewhere else. It helps with the mountains, so I'll keep one in there, and I don't know, something else helps with. Okay, as far as a lot of stuff to go over here, but I'm gonna try to do it fast to get going. I want to reduce the slums in Cairo to start, because this right here, very serious problems. Max factories. The productivity is the really important one, and because if you're not building a lot of stuff, but you have productivity going up, increasing your base GDP, your GDP growth rate's going up, which will help your economic cycle. So I'm gonna do the Cairo one, infrastructure there, and fossil fuel. And I'm going to go renewable energy, but I'll get to that later in Sinai and build that up. We'll have some downtime to talk about that. I'm going to do trains, because I'm going to do maglev trains, and I can't produce trains after that, because it's like a 300% increase in my train production. So for the time being, for half a decade, I'm going to just do this and not import, because I want to snowball, and that's not how you snowball, is when you import for useless things. Okay, 2G microprocessors, and then start with the self-propelled artillery, because I need a new cadre for the organization. MIO matches this. Do that one. Put down and get them modern heavy howitzer. Self PP, and then I need breakthrough, because that's the whole thing about infantry. They have no breakthrough. You need that breakthrough. You have defense when you're attacking, so you don't lose a bunch of HP and strength on your divisions. Org. So that it? I make sure that's all I need here. That's it. Oh, I need the oil. I need 3 oil. I don't lose oil, or I have no oil. So the challenge from God of War is to create equipment and divisions out of thin air. And we'll have to be harder. We'll try harder to resist against you. Oh, bring it. Okay. See, talking about my welfare spending. How it works is when you have 10,000 GDP, they're going to want the second level of welfare, which I'm already at, but I want to go back down to do minimal. So I'll save like $1.7 billion. And then to offset that, I'm going to go up on my education to free primary. So my literacy rate goes up instead of down. So I'm only going to save, $1.1 billion for 250 PP, which is a lot, but I think it'll pay off. My police I want to keep, because it'll help with the radicalization. And I'm only going to, gain pennies here if I go down. Anything else? I'm debating going down to small military spending, just because I'll lose 5% recruitable population, but I'll gain 5% stability. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. Could offset that on the Coptics, gain more stability that way. 2%, I'll go up to like 6%. I want to allow foreign nationals for 100 PP, so it's kind of counterproductive. I'll think about it. I am going to go Egyptian politics now. Go down to the government. Increase the opinion of the military by 10, and then that's when I want to hold elections. Now is elections. I want to make sure the Westerns win, because Hosni wants to keep his power, and because he's smart. He knows that we're $8.2 trillion in debt. He knows we got to go down on welfare spending. He knows we need our education up. But how are we going to pay for all this? We're going to go into freaking default on our debt. We need big old America. We're not going to bail you out. No, we can't afford that. America to help us out with one bailout. Just one bailout, America. Because I need some Jeeps from you. I'm going to give you the Arab American Vehicle Cooperation deal. I'm going to affirm my friendship with you. And that's about it. And you're going to give me one bailout. And hopefully we can fix our economic situation by 2004. And that's the goal, is to completely fix this economy into the green 4 years. And not get too far in debt, which it's already going to be, you know, 13, 14%. I can't do anything about it. Nothing I can do about it. Because of these this broken economy thing, this 40% tax cost. With $4 trillion in additional expenses, and I have to pay more money here and have more tax cost factor here. Yeah. Okay. Big focus tree here. So I do want to get the corruption on my army eventually, while my my secular conservatism, my Islamism conservatism is not as high. If it's more than 25%, I'll lose opinion with them. So I need to get this down eventually. But it's cool because there's a bunch of you know, you play around with this. You got a bunch of civs here, oil. I need to get down to domestic economic reform. It gives me a plus 10% tax revenue multiplier, and that's when I'm going to spend all my PP and increase that up. Yeah, what I just did was I increased my education spending up, just so my literacy rate doesn't go down. Now it's at $7 trillion. Yeah, a lot. This will get my corruption down by 1 here. So I'm going to go domestic economic reform. And then Egyptian economy is the starting point of all this stuff, but it does give you a free economic cycle to fast growth. But the thing is, if you have a negative GDP quarter, it's going to turn it back down. So you try to balance this out with, you know, office sector here. This will give me a 10% bonus, but only for my civilian industry. I have 19 of those. But the productivity is huge. Productivity by 10% is what I really want. That's for, you know, 3.5 years. This is all my saves, which I'm not going to get to in the time being, so it's completely worth it to go right away for that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is just for the productivity. Could be wrong. But it's only 28 days, so I mean, I'm just going to stack it. This first video, I have no cuts in, but eventually might do cuts in the time being after this, just because it's going to be kind of boring. I'm going to run out of things to talk about. And, you know, I'll still show the important things I do, but I won't try to just do like immediate cuts like I usually do. So you just see, oh, I clicked the technology, cut. Focus, cut. You know what I mean? But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, this is cool. I like this focus. Yeah, the productivity growth. And once I get this tax revenue multiplier, then I can immediately get my population tax rate up. I only have, you know, 71 million people, which is not a lot. And I have this negative 25% tax revenue multiplier debuff. So, but it will get my my budget more in line with not going to default on my debt, which is what I need, obviously. So I'm going to bank this PP up. Do that. I'm not going to mess with any of this industry stuff for a while, for sure. Once my military gets to like 57 opinion, I'm going to do allow foreign nationals, but it's 100 pp. Ooh, I need to ban Al Jazeera right now. I'm going to ban them. I have elections next year. I need to make sure they don't win. That would suck. Yeah, I need to get rid of Al Jazeera. Do domestic economic reform. So think about your manpower. Who, we love democracy. We love democracy. For now, this guy's smart. He knows what's up. How to get our economy rolling. But secretly, behind the scenes, he has a master plan. Maybe not his plan, but his associates. The ones close to him. Know the time is near for the Islamists to rise up and get revenge for the war. I forget what it was, like a 5-day war or something. We'll get our revenge eventually. You may have nukes. We have time. We have smarts. Yeah, so intervention forces. I do want to send one here when this civil war breaks out. I need to get, this up to more foreign intervention, so I actually do that with the attention limit to like 5%. So intervention force here, and try to get the Western outlooks to win, and here for the Western outlooks to win. Reason being is because I do want to get on the African Union focus, at least one. I think it's really worth it here. Is it? The 2% interest rate? Probably not. Actually, it's really not even worth it, I don't think. Modify the reforms by plus 15%. Oh, here it is. The productivity growth factor. Oh no, that just adds it for Nigeria. Right, yeah. This business, baby. Oh shit. This sucks. Oligarchs. How do I increase their opinion? What do I gotta do here? There are large corps that work in unison to achieve a cartel and control the markets. Well, I mean, that's just just business, baby. That's just how it works. I'm sorry. The downside of having our economic system. And I'll make you happy later on, but right now I got to make sure we don't default on our debt. Okay, once this is done, I gotta make sure I increase this right away. Fast as possible. And then I'm gonna get down and do economy, industrial sector, and get a office sector here. Turn on my autosaves monthly. I did do a recording before this, but it crashed for some reason, which I never had a crash in this latest update, but it's a lot more power on my computer. You have a good computer, but 3080s, and the CPU then, it's like 2 years old now, so it's not like, top tier. We'll turn the autosaves on just in case. There's one cut you see, it's because it crashed. I turned VSync off. I think that was the issue. I had VSync on. Yeah, that's cool. This new update, the old update, I think it was with the main game that came and helped them fix it, was the AI would delete their missiles. You couldn't get nuked by the AI, but now you can. See over here, you know, they have a nuclear strike just waiting, just waiting to launch these nukes. It's so cool when the Russia attacks Iran. There's just a bunch of missiles, cruise missiles, just boom flying everywhere. It looks so cool. Okay, so we'll go back to Cairo. We'll decrease this, decreasing the level of slums and pay money for it. $6 billion. Oh, I never talked about the energy is not good, but not bad. All right for now. But yeah, always worth it to increase your infrastructure before you build, especially if you have a bunch of build slots. It's just like one build slot, really. Okay, the Egyptian people grow more socially liberal. So now we get minus PP gain, which sucks. We get more stability. And we get 0.01. Okay. So all it did was give me a little bit Western support, and the 9 line was always there. We shaved off $2 trillion from our deficit. It's pretty good. Now we'll do Egyptian economy and then get our productivity up here. Give me a 10% bonus to my civs, but I only have 19 or 20 now, so not a huge bonus, but it's something. Take it. I'm losing 800 oil a day. Barrels of oil, whatever. 11 months, so we'll micromanage that. I got a trade deal from Saudi Arabia. And this mod, if you go too fast, especially if you're recording, and you accept it, it'll decline it. So I gotta go down speed, wait a little bit, and hopefully it actually accepts it. So I'll wait one more day, and then I'll accept it. There we go. Also, it'll automatically decline it if you don't do that. It's annoying. It's like a smaller country and they do a trade agreement. If you're at 4 or 5 speed, you can accept it, no problem, most of the time. But if it's like a minor country or a regional power and more, it might automatically decline your offer, which is not what we want. This is our only friend. This should be the only one to support us or be a friend that's near us. We want to keep them happy. Yeah, so we got oil here. We'll do a puppet because there's no collab governments in Millennium Dawn. There's no collabs. So, but there is like a focuses here where you can reduce their autonomy. You can do the suppress subjects here and get them down. So puppet, annex, which is going to add a shit ton of stability because the unemployment factor is going to be huge. I'm already getting minus 4% here, but it'll be a lot higher. I'm going to annex them just for the population because I'm doing infantry. It'll work out. Why not? Yeah, we'll annex them just so we're not cheesing and using an AI division or puppet divisions and stuff. So we'll do that, and then we'll puppet Brazil and take their factories, rent them until we can get them down and take more, and take their resources, and then go to I don't even know after that. I didn't get that far on my test run. I just went down here and then to Brazil. It kind of ruins the build up what we're going to do, but that's all right. After that, I have no idea. So until then, but after that, I have no idea. It was cool with the division limiter on. I didn't have God of War on though, so I was just doing a test run. The US and Russia were really close. Russia took out Iran and there was a standstill. There was a little bit of a naval invasion here, but there was no border shifts at all. For like 2 years or something, before I stopped. Oh, I gotta make sure I increase this up. Yeah, we're already at almost 11% interest. Holy shit. So now we can get a debt bailout, but I'm gonna wait till this gets up to like, you know, $190 billion. It'll handle my debt. I'll wait till that gets up to there. So our literacy rate went up, which is cool. Oh shit. It didn't increase my economic cycle, which was lucky. Didn't do that. Could have easily. We only have a 0.40 GDP growth rate. That's at 2.2. Yeah, because the productivity is going up. Okay. From my base GDP output of my building, I need 1,000 productivity. If I have half of that, I'm only getting $25 billion of it. Which is why this focus for productivity is important. That's somewhere over here. Right here, yeah. Okay, we'll quickly go into industrial sector. Increase this up. Shit, I forgot about this. Next $200 million. 35 days. I will do. Sure. Be in the safe side though, I am gonna go for this office sector just so my my GDP, I don't lose a cycle. Oh, let's talk about something else here. So I am going to get IFVs, and I'm going to put an anti-tank gun on them with a, so like I'm going to put this anti-tank cannon on them right here, and I'm going to put a, an auto cannon on them as well. A coax auto cannon. I just want to boost the heart attack. And I'm going to make the LPP, I'm going to make it a AFV armor, so it has some hardness. So I'll take less soft attack damage. And I think maybe taking more heart attacks probably good, just because they'll have so much heart attack. But only at level 1 of the truck chassis. So a little bit of hardness. Yeah. I said I want to be on the safe side. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the safe side. This productivity is, yeah, 2.0 productivity is huge. Need that. Oh, it's an extra 1. Okay. My self-PP, my self-propelled artillery, do a modern heavy howitzer, and I just try to get the breakthrough as high as I can, and then have some hard attack on there too, but crazy amount of soft attack. It'd be crazy, like 1,000, 1,200 soft attack or something like that. Base would be really good. I'll make like I'm gonna do 60 width for my infantry, but it's cool as in I get a bonus. I'm gonna get an agency eventually through here. This will make me an agency, right? And I'm gonna spend 5 civs on that. I'm not gonna spend money on it. It's $10 billion to increase any of these. $30 billion for one that gives you more agent slots faster. So. Yeah, so in here there's a bonus self PP, yeah, 1.0 org, and then the combat width is 0.5. Somewhere in here. So where is it? Here it is. Negative 0.5 combat width. Yeah. That'll help. What's really good is the the helicopter combat service support. The movement's okay, but the supply usage and the experience loss minus 30%, and it gives you more HP. It's mostly the trickle back and the experience loss. That's really good here. The heavy engineer company is like a must, pretty much, just because of all that bonus for your attack and defense. But having a regular engineer company is not bad. It just adds an extra combat with. It's not ideal. So I'll do this, affirm friendship. It gives me more popularity and $200 million each week. So I do it now and let up. We'll go down to this control system. They're growing weaker just because I have, okay, 2 farmers seek help. I had this before. I chose the farmer 1 is saying his land was encroached upon, and then farmer 2 says, well, there's no formal drawing of the maps. I went with farmer 1 just because, you know, you should already know that as an agreement between them, how it is. But if you're encroaching on their stuff, governmental interference, they don't like that governmental interference. So I'll just, why should I care? You guys can settle it yourselves. That's probably the better option. Because before I got a debuff by choosing farmer 1. I got this army of yes men minus 15%, and even if I hold elections, and it'll still be there. Makes no sense. Oh shit! There's shootouts on the farm. Shots being fired. Many ranchers and farmers lay dead or wounded. That sucked, but that's all right. Oh, where's my opinion at? Oh, it's still at 50. Oh, it's right here. Okay, that's focused. It gives me 10 opinion. Okay, so we've cut our deficit. We've cut our deficit in half, but at 11% interest. Yeah. How's our energy looking? Not good. No, I need oil right now. We've got 1 inf done. That will do some oil. But in hindsight, it's probably better if I would have just built one somewhere else, just because an extra 1 oil would help a lot for my snowball, like micromanage, but it's alright, I guess. Okay, next focus time. Now I gotta think. I do want to get this corruption down. Could get more oil here. Is there a faster focus? There's not. No factors, faster focus. Could get an extra sieve here for 90 days to do that, or more oil. Or stability. Decisions. I think it's a minor decision. Maybe I do excavation focus. We'll do this. We find more oil. There's a sieve right here. It's gonna increase my energy. Yeah. And balance. I build another sieve. Yeah, that's fine then. We'll do oil here. And when this is done. May 12th. 4 months. Yeah, we'll do textile next. And then get more stability. Get my corruption down. Might have to do like textile, stability, town team, oil, people's assembly for the corruption down. We'll do that probably. I'll end this here. It's been 36 minutes. No cuts. The next episode might have a little bit of cuts. We'll see what the feedback is. Thanks for watching. I will continue this for a while, at least until like, 2030. We'll see where we're at there. I'll make it my mission to keep these up. I'm sorry about what happened before. I got a new mic and I just didn't, I couldn't figure out how to do the filters and got overwhelmed with college. So I'm sorry about that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.